Good evening, warriors. I hope that everybody is having an amazing Sunday evening. Um, so, there's a saying that I came across which says, saying don't be sad because somebody's got it worse is like saying don't be happy because somebody's got it better. You know how, like, sometimes I know I've had it happen to me. Like, I'll be sad about something, and somebody's like, "Why are you so sad? Like, there's somebody out there that has it worse than you. Like, just be happy that you don't have it worse." And the grieving process and like the way we feel about a certain thing is different for everybody, right? So, for example, I had somebody vanish on me yesterday. I have no clue why. Maybe I was like, I don't know, maybe I was like too intense, but that's who I am, so just fuck it all. But yeah, so somebody vanished on me, and it hit me harder than I like ever expected it would. Um, and then not long after that, I went on my Instagram and I noticed somebody that I'm following was dealing with cancer. And not only do people tell me all the time that people have it worse, I tend to feel it too, and I tend to think about it too. And I'm just like, I go through things sometimes, and I'm just like, why the fuck are you crying over this? Like, somebody's fucking fighting for their life right now, you know? But it's not about what's happening to us. It's about just the way we react to things. And it's like, somebody could react to a breakup worse than they would react to having cancer. Like, some people are more emotional than others. Some people stress out more than others on certain things. And with the whole saying, like, you know, somebody having it worse than you, it's legit the same as saying, like, you can't be happy about something because somebody's got it better. So I always talk about celebrating like the smallest milestones and the baby steps. And I've had to remind even myself that the smallest thing can be celebrated and you can be happy about it. And you can shout it out and flaunt it and be like, yeah, I did this today, like, this is fucking awesome. And it could be like the tiniest thing, and that's okay. And like, the idea of somebody having it better than you, like, there's always gonna be that someone at the end of the day, right? There's always gonna be someone happier than you, and there's always gonna be somebody sadder than you. Always, always, always. So we can't compare, like, we can't compare what we're dealing with to other people, and we can't feel guilty for feeling sad about something, no matter how small it seems. And it's just, I find that, like, a lot of people don't realize that. And this is a big cause of mental illness too, because something affects us, and then we think, oh, well, I shouldn't be sad about this, I should be stronger than this, like, what the fuck, like. And then people add on top of that, so people are like, oh, you shouldn't be sad about this, like, what the fuck, like, oh, you're weak, oh, this and that and this and that. So what happens, we bottle it up, we don't talk about it, and we get down on ourselves, we criticize ourselves, we make fun of ourselves, because that's what other people are doing. So we make fun of ourselves for feeling a certain way. So we don't talk about it, we don't let it out, we just bottle it up and we let it rise and boil up, and pretty much until we explode. But in that process, before it explodes, it just all simmers and it all just brews inside of you. And that's where mental illness is born, like, because then you feel horrible, and you know you like, you just get all tense, and like, that's where depression comes from, and even anxiety, like being scared of what people think, and not wanting to say anything, and not worrying about like what you're gonna look like and what you're gonna sound like. And I feel like it's even worse for men, obviously, because there's so much stigma around men showing emotions and talking about how they feel. But yeah, so I just feel like we need to stop comparing, and we need to stop putting people down for the way that they handle life and for the way that they cope, the way that, shit affects them. And this is also going to help, like when you have kids. And it's like, it's so important to learn this before you have kids, because I find a lot of parents have trouble understanding their children. When children are having a tantrum, or they rebel or they act out or whatever, anything like that, there's usually a reason behind it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been one of those parents where I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to deal with your shit. But that's why it's important to deal with our own shit and to realize that everybody reacts differently to different things. And as for kids, it's even harder because they don't have that mentality of, like coping by themselves and, finding solutions and just talking to themselves like out of the negative thoughts. So we as parents have to be there for them for that. So it's just really important to learn all of this, especially for our kids. Because, some kids, for example, both my kids are polar opposites. Okay, one is more emotional, and the other one is more detached on certain things. Like, I used to say she's more detached, but it depends what it is. So, where one kid might react with full-blown tears and, be depressed for a week, the other one could be like, the fuck? Couldn't care less about this, like, move on. And vice versa, right? So we just got to be more compassionate, like, towards people and in their feelings toward things. It's just really important just, to have that understanding. And we can't understand people if we don't have that mindset already, of not everybody is the same. And I've been compared over and over and over by many people, and it used to piss me off, and I'm just like, it still does, and I'm just like, you can't compare myself to you. You're not me and I'm not you. So you might react a certain way and I will react a different way, and that's my right. I shouldn't feel ashamed for the way that I'm reacting to certain things in life. Just like, I wouldn't judge anyone else for reacting a certain way towards something that's happening in their lives. Yeah, so again, so important. And this is how we prevent, mental health breakdowns, and this is how we can prevent, suicides, just by giving people a safe place to be able to, show emotions and say how they feel, and, just give them a place where they can cope with whatever trauma they're going through, big or small. It doesn't matter what somebody is going through. So yeah, just more compassion, more understanding, more communication. It's just really, really important. There was something else that I wanted to say and I forgot. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't remember. I'll probably just remember and put it in my description. But yeah, just, I don't know, just keep that in mind, when you're going through life, like, and don't shit on yourself for the way you're coping with something, like a breakup, a move, a job loss, cancer, anything medical, loss of a child, anything. Everybody deals with it differently. So stop judging people and show more compassion. The world will go much further if we act out of love instead of judgment and toxicity. All right, I'll see you guys next week.